conversation that we're going to have. The top 5 wide receiver duos in
Mm.
the NFL right now. There's not many past like the top 5.
The
It's just
top
where
five.
we're
Yeah.
going to rank them. Maybe one or two that deserve it might not make it.
Well,
But
there's a
especially,
there's a receiver duo. There's 32 of
yeah. But I got 7 for you.
them. Ooh.
I have 7. So the first, the probably the most obvious, you got Jamar and T Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to break it down, last year 1,700 yards for Jamar Chase, average over 13 yards a catch, had 17 touchdowns in 17 games. Over 900 yards for T Higgins, 12 and a half yards per catch, 10 touchdowns in 12 games.
Yeah, I saw a clip of a film breakdown of a Bengals play.
Mm,
I might change my thoughts on Burrow a little bit.
what do
It's
you
pretty
mean?
dope. No, it
What?
was like a film breakdown of like how bad Cincinnati's O line is.
Well, yeah, I mean that's been his whole
His whole career.
story. Yeah, I mean, no, that's been if you just, I mean, if you're just now like, damn, he can really throw under
I'm
pressure.
not just now like that, but
I mean, yeah,
there are things that I'm like, because I mean I was shitting on the dude for a while.
yeah, but
Um,
I mean, you
I don't
can.
think that was too harsh, but no, yeah, I mean but
Oh, I
whatever.
want to run the tape back now.
Oh no,
I'm
it was
going,
so bad. Never mind.
dude. 2 years ago, you were definitely on camera like Joe Burrow sucks. He is one of the
Yeah,
worst quarterbacks in the NFL,
it was
and
bad.
that obviously wasn't true. Now another
But
duo
here's the
that,
thing: say you do give him the better O line. Now, how well does he play? I
I
want to
guess
see him play with a better O line.
I would assume even better.
Well, no, but like you lose that like, oh, he did all this with a bad O line. You know?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I think I would just assume, if you had a better line, you'd play even better. You know,
Yeah. Sometimes that's how that goes.
I would hope so.
Dak's got a great O
Now
line.
see, but that can't even like not pull a
Dak's stinks.
hamstring. Yeah,
That's
see,
true.
like
Or tears
Dak
ankle.
leaves his hamstrings in the locker room. I mean, he just doesn't.
Mhm.
It's not a thing for him. All right, a duo that. See, here's the thing: duos that I think can compete with Jamar and T, because right now it's going to be hard to knock them out of first place.
Mhm.
Which I will ask you maybe in the future of this, if it matters, is does who their quarterback is matter?
Hmm.
I think it'll probably end
Well,
up.
it's like a chicken or the egg type of thing. It's like, does Joe Burrow look good because of who he's throwing the ball to? Like Sam Darnold looks great because he's throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson.
Yes.
So it's like it's hard to sometimes figure out who's who. I'd rather just look at not factoring in the quarterback unless we have
Okay.
to.
Okay. A duo that I think can compete with Jamar and T, is the new duo, Puka and D Adams.
Yeah,
Obviously, last year, D. Adams was still able to put up 1,000 yards, averaged 12 and a half a catch, 8 touchdowns in 14 games. Puka had 990 yards, also 12 and a half, 3 touchdowns in 11 games. So,
yeah,
eh,
injured.
yeah, kind of an injury riddled
11 games,
season
almost a
for.
thousand yards. It's not bad.
See, okay, that's it. Okay, boom, look at it right there. So, if you just want to look at, T to Puka, the wide receiver twos, uh, 11 games for Puka, and he had 990 yards and 3 touchdowns. 12 games for T, he had 911 yards, 10 touchdowns. So, got in the end zone a little bit more. Yeah, about
A little bit less
a
production,
little
but
bit less yards,
a
but I
little
mean,
bit, whatever.
about a game's worth, but one
Sure.
game played extra. So, about the same. You look at Jamar and T Higgins, or you look at Jamar and Devontae. Obviously, I think
Pretty big gap.
at this
Jamar's
point in
that
their
dude.
at, at this point in their career,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they now healthy though. Healthy, all right. Health, all right. Because and this is why it matters is a duo thing. I think healthy, I'd take the duo of Puka and Devonte Adams over just Jamar.
Yeah. Yes.
Over just Jamar.
Sure. If T left, yes.
But with the addition of T Higgins and whatnot, and then having him healthy as well, yeah, no, I probably have to put them over Puka and Devontae Adams for now.
And Puka and Devontae, I think, are a little bit more injury prone.
Yeah, well, yes, for sure.
With Devontae
Especially
getting older, and then Puka just having injury
Devontae
troubles
getting
already.
older. Puka said he's retiring at 30, so
I hate when players say that, dude.
Tyreek said he's retiring at 30, and
yeah, exactly.
He didn't. So
Puka's also a Mormon, so he could be retiring.
I guess he could be. You got to stay true to your word. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
I get so lost with names. I'm an idiot. Yeah, big. I like it.
See, it's big, it's cool, but I don't think, especially from gathering, just a lot of other people's just I guess how they felt about some of the top wide receiver duos in the league. I really don't think they'd be that high up on this list as we're probably going to end up putting them if they didn't end up being the Super Bowl champions.
Really?
Like, in the grand scheme of things, I didn't see anything this year that made me go oh, that's the next level of AJ and Devontae. And I'm not.
Well,
That's
I didn't see that until the playoffs.
See, okay.
Till the NFC Championship, till the Super Bowl.
Okay, do you not watch football? I meant more they've already been a great duo, but it wasn't this year. It didn't.
Well, no,
okay.
I'm saying that this year was mainly, at least for the Eagles, just centered around that Saquon hype. And yes, AJ and Devontae played great, but it wasn't like it was their doing this year.
But see, that's the thing, though. It's if we can't factor in quarterback, can we at least factor in
the rest of the team?
The fact that every defense they played against had to worry about a running back that ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they did have to worry about that. Obviously, Jamar and T Higgins didn't get to do that. We don't. Get
But I mean, they made a Super Bowl without Saquon. The year after their Super Bowl loss, first round exit, not a great year. But I don't know. What do we look? Are there numbers for them?
We do got some numbers for them. So 1,079 yards, 16 a catch for AJ, 7 touchdowns in 13 games. 833 yards from Devontae, 12.3 a catch, 8 touchdowns in 13 games. So they both played in 13 games. And I mean, that's the thing. It's I can't even really look at the numbers because obviously you got Saquon Barkley running for 2,000 yards. So in reality, as long as they're efficient with whatever whenever the ball's thrown their way, I mean it's going to be a top wide receiver duo potential just because just off the strength of their talent alone.
True.
So
also AJ Brown knows how to read.
AJ Brown knows how to look
like he's reading.
Book. Now,
well, then
I'm not.
In that case, LeBron doesn't know how to fucking read.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Now, can LeBron and AJ Brown read? Obviously.
Can that be a podcast?
But is it that
the LeBron and AJ Brown reading club?
I want
just
LeBron,
talk about the first page of every book.
I want LeBron to be the next voice of Audible.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I want him to be. I want him to read every book.
I got you.
Like the voice, the voice of Audible.
Yes,
like you
him and Floyd Mayweather.
It's no more like because every celebrity does their own book and they voice it over. No, LeBron's doing everybody's book. Yeah. Every single book, it's going to be LeBron's book.
You can read one page of a Harry Potter book.
But I don't know. Like, do I put AJ and Devontae Smith over Puka and Devontae Adams? Like, I feel like that's kind of dick riding if I do.
What, putting AJ and Devontae over?
I mean, that's crazy recency bias. If you really break it down,
You don't
is it
think
not?
Puka's recency bias at all?
No. Considering I could take his injured year and fully use that against him, and I know what he could actually do if he played a full season. No, I don't think. I don't think it's recency bias with Puka at all, or with Devonte Adams. What hype are they getting?
None.
What fucking hype are they getting? I mean, what I don't.
Maybe
What
for good reason.
for? Okay, so now, all right, okay,
No,
so
all right. I think they'll be. I think they'll be great.
so Puka put up 990 in 11 games, and
Mhm.
Devonte did all that
All right,
bullshit.
but
The
we're looking at completely different offenses.
Raiders to the yeah, a completely
Where
different
the
offense
Rams were bombing the fuck out of the ball.
where they may possibly be healthy with a decent running back, and it's Matt fucking Stafford throwing the ball to them.
Jalen Hurts is cool.
Now Jalen Hurts is cool. So
He's fucking not bad.
out of all the times you have sat here and argued with me about how overrated or how Jalen Hurts is all right. Jalen Hurts is all right. We're gonna compare arm to arm, just arm to arm. Matt Stafford and
Of
Jalen
course,
Hurts.
arm to arm,
Come
it's not even
on,
close.
bro.
It's not
If we're
even
talking about
close.
just a quarterback picking you apart with two receivers, Saquon Barkley was the reason they won that Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts was good enough.
Yes.
Like no, Matt Stafford, I don't know, but whatever. I guess Aaron Donald, was just as impactful as Saquon was.
Puka was nowhere near that team, and they still fucking
That's
spanked
what
him.
I'm saying, bro. They had Odell tearing his fucking ACL mid game, and they were still able to win a Super Bowl. It's just I have, and maybe we can come down to it. Maybe it's come down to a damn coin flip. But right now, AJ and Devontae Smith, it's like I put them at 3 if they can't be 2, or if we end up putting Puka and Devontae at 2. But I can't put them over. I can't
That's
put them
fine.
over them. I
Yeah,
really
that's fine.
can't. I
No,
mean, a year or two from now, yeah, they're the better duo. But this is probably the last Devonte Adams like prime you're gonna get. Like if he doesn't hit 1,000 next year, then you're never gonna see him at any top tier receiver
for
level
sure.
again. Um, and it's and Puka's obvious. I mean, Puka's in his prime. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, and as far as I'm concerned, AJ can get pissed off at any moment, and I don't know.
Any receiver can.
Devontae's cool, but I mean, is he Puka? Is he wide receiver one material?
Devontae, no.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. What about
Skinny
Tyreek?
Batman.
What about Tyreek and Jalen Waddle?
Now, do we factor in quarterback now or no?
See, but that's okay. That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
sucks. It's
No,
like
you look at
if you transplant this duo to, but that's the thing about like these duos. Like if you transplant this duo anywhere, top 3, easy, maybe top 2.
easy,
But the
easy,
fact that fucking Lefty Scuzz over here is throwing him that motherfucker, dude, it's crazy. I'm not Hawaiian, motherfucker. Shit. Do you even know
bro.
what planet you're on, Stinky?
I'm not Hawaiian. I'm
I'm
not.
not
And
Hawaiian.
look,
I'm
you know
from.
what?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, which is like, I guess, bro. It's like, I don't know. I mean, he was right. He's not, but I
But it's
guess
like,
it's like,
but that's like me saying I'm fucking white and Indian and I'm not American.
yes.
Exactly.
Well,
Like
yeah.
one is
Well,
ethnic, one is ethnicity, and one is where you're from. It's like me saying I'm not a fucking Marylander.
yeah, yeah. I guess Yeah, I guess
It's
he
like
is.
you're Hawaiian.
Well, see,
Like
you're
if you're
using
from
it.
Florida, you're a Floridian, and you're like, no, I'm Mexican. It's like get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
See, but that's the thing,
You
though.
can be both.
You would just base a Floridian off of where they're from. You're obviously calling Tua, saying you wouldn't have to know Tua's from Hawaii. You'd look at them, look at him, and be like, "Oh, look at this Hawaiian dude." Like you would,
I could pick out and say he's Samoan. He looks Samoan.
yeah. And he also looks like he's from fucking Hawaii, which would make you in turn like the same definition as a Floridian or a Marylander. Yeah, he's Hawaiian because he's from there, but he's not. Who cares? Because he's not fucking. He's not. You know what he's not doing? Making these receivers a top 5 wide receiver
True.
duo. Because Devin, I might be able to convince you to bump these fuckers out.
Out of the top 5? Yeah, let's see.
The numbers, look. The numbers are not good. They're not good. All right.
But we know how good they can be.
We know how good they can be, and we know how banged up Tua was last year.
Yeah.
So you have Tyreek Hill, who played in all 17 games, was only able to put up.
Cop arrested him so hard.
He was only able to put up 950.
Detained.
Just detained. He was just detained.
Just
959 yards. He had a game. He wasn't. Come on. 959 yards. 11.8 yards a catch, 6 touchdowns. So obviously more of a down year for Tyreek. Jalen Waddle played in 15 games, 744 yards, 12.8 a catch, 2 touchdowns. So 8 total touchdowns combined. Remember, Jamar had 17. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to put it into perspective, right? So, Jalen Waddle. Let's just, all right. Tyreek Hill, 959, 6 touchdowns, 17 games. Jalen Waddle, 744, 2 touchdowns, 15 games. Chris Godwin, 576, 5 touchdowns, 7 games.
Fire. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see where I'm going with
Fire.
this? And here's the thing. Is Baker that much better than Tua? Is he really that much? Because I'll take the yes. I'll take it and just say yeah.
But no. Because, 2 years ago, Tua had a stable starting job and Baker was trying to claw back in the league via the fucking Rams. So, no. I mean, the way that people still talk about Tua and the fact that his job is ultra secure over everybody else's is bullshit. And, Baker should be given the... I think he would like to be considered still a not good quarterback, just so that he can just prove how good he is.
See, but just because Tua hasn't been in Baker's situation doesn't really mean he's not as or can't be as
Tua
bad.
should be in Baker's situation.
The thing is, if Tua was drafted to the Browns, he would have ended up in that same situation.
Fair.
Like you don't get you like I don't know. It's obviously like. Had Miami, like the same thing with Miami. It's like if they finally found a guy that they thought was their guy, and it was Baker Mayfield instead of Tua, Baker wouldn't have been bumping around to all these different teams and having to find a home years later. It's I feel like that was definitely more of a Cleveland Browns thing than a Baker Mayfield thing, and I think Tua is obviously a product of whatever Mike McDaniel's experiment they still got going on, and the I guess the what they're trying to capture with Tyreek there. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the problem with Miami for me is that, like, McDaniels is screwing himself by not going out there and looking to find another quarterback because he could be a great head coach, like I accidentally said earlier. But he keeps saying that he believes in Tua, and it's just a terrible look for him. Terrible look for the team.
See, and I believe, like, I don't know. I don't know. I believe, like, I get the Anthony Richardson hate, right? Like how they say that he needs competition this offseason in training camp and someone to push him. I think Tua does too.
I think so. Yeah.
I think as much as Anthony, maybe not as much, but I mean, Tua's already paid.
Yeah.
Tua, obviously, they're expecting more out of him than Anthony Richardson. So, no, just as much in terms of needing someone to light a fire under his ass.
Yeah. I mean, AR's expectations are, like, I don't know, completing 50% of your passes, being healthy.
Like in a real world, bro.
No, Tua has a team good enough to at least make the playoffs, but they don't.
Like, what if there's a world where it's like, damn, Miami could have just like got Justin Fields and just been done with this Tua bullshit.
Jameis maybe.
I don't know. Maybe someone a little bit younger.
I think Jameis would have had a better year than Tua.
But look, they got to go face Justin Fields twice a year. So maybe next year he busts their ass and they're like, and Justin Fields goes and outplays Tua twice a year. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. If Justin Fields is a starter for both games against the Dolphins as a Jet, he outplays Tua. I'm calling
Beautiful.
it. Mark my words. If we can ever
Beautiful.
remember this conversation.
Write them down.
But I got Mike Godwin over.
I wonder how many things that we've said where we're like, mark my words, and we were wrong. We're like, mark my fucking words. Joe Burrow's gonna suck dick for the next 50 years. He's gonna be terrible.
Probably a lot, but not Mike Godwin. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I do have over Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. I That's as high as I'll go. I definitely don't have him. The Jamar duo, the Devontae duo, the AJ and Devontae Smith duo though. I mean, okay, all right, whatever. I guess there's something I don't know what's up with you in like great receivers getting 1,000 yards in less than 17 or 16 games, and then a banged up receiver who is still able to put up productive numbers, not being able to come back and be better than AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. But I'll let it slide.
Okay.
Like I don't get it. Like a healthy Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Like sure, because they don't have somebody running for 2,000 yards. They're gonna have to put up a little bit more than what they got to do in Philly, but I'd still say even if the numbers weren't the reasoning for like I can't just use the numbers to say that they're better. I think they're still a better duo, but I'm gonna let them sit at 4 for now.
I think if you gave the ball to AJ Brown a lot more, I think he would be a higher up receiver on that list.
Can Jalen Hurts do that? Can Jalen Hurts
but they don't need to.
But how many times can Jalen Hurts get the ball to AJ Brown if he only throws it 19 times?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying though. It's like I don't know if it's true, and whether it's could Jalen get it to him that many times? It's like okay, so if Jalen does up it, if he does throw it 30 times a game, how many more times is it actually going to be to AJ Brown, and how many times is it going to be worth it? Rather than hand that pitch off to Saquon. I don't know. I know it's going to be worth it throwing to Chris Godwin or Mike Evans, though, every time. Every time, I know it's going to be worth it. Every time. It's not going to be, damn, we should have just hand that bitch off to Saquon. Fuck, damn, we should have just ran that one play that every team wants banned that just is unstoppable. But, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jameson Williams.
Ooh. Way to throw that in there.
They're ballers. They balled this year, but you want to talk recency bias for good reason.
Yeah.
They're up there. I mean, you had Amon-Ra St. Brown 1,263 yards with 11 yards a catch, 12 touchdowns in all 17 games. Jameson Williams played in 11 games. Got 1,000 yards, averaged 17.3 yards a catch, and also was also able to grab 7 touchdowns.
Disgusting.
So I like it. Now,
I like it.
Now Detroit had a great year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they fired on absolutely every single cylinder,
except for against us.
I don't think I can let. I can't put him over Mike and Chris Godwin.
Well, how many do we have? 4 in there right now. I mean,
if I didn't put them over, they'd cap us off at 5.
Okay.
They'd cap us off.
Do we have another duo potential?
See, and I don't think it's if you didn't consider Tyreek and Waddle, then you're definitely not considering Jettas and Jordan Addison.
I think shit. If you look at Jettas alone,
beautiful,
but
not as good as Jamar, but
No, but I mean, I think he definitely outweighs a lot of duos in the league.
But I mean, Justin Jefferson, 1533, 14.9 yards a catch, 10 touchdowns.
Sam Darnold throwing him the rock.
Jordan Addison.
I'm sure. Debo and Terry aren't in there. Scary Terry. Scary Terry.
No, probably not. I did see, they're getting apparently Washington's getting a confident Debo,
I
whatever
don't
that
even
means.
care.
Whatever that
Whatever
means.
the
But
fuck that means, dude.
yeah,
Fuck that.
I guess.
Confident?
Yeah, a
Lord,
confident.
I hope he was confident his whole career.
Yeah, see, it's
That's
like,
a terrible adjective to give for an NFL player. He better be confident.
but it just makes me wonder, like, did everybody think he wasn't confident coming
Ah,
in
yeah.
before?
He's all, oh, I don't really want to play that much. I'm not feeling great. I'm not. Fuck
Well,
you.
no, I mean like literally the day of the trade, up until the time it was reported that he wasn't confident. It's like, so this last month, were Washington fans like, I hope he's coming
I
confident
hope he's confident. Yeah,
because
get the fuck
oh
out of here.
boy, it's like, no, yeah, he probably is. Like, he's probably gonna come in confident, especially with Jaden
But
Daniels
it's a
throwing the
matter of
football.
is that fucking ankle confident or whatever the fuck he gets hurt every single year.
I think we figured out our top five though.
And the order.
I think we figured out the top five and the order. So top five wide receiver duos in the NFL right now. We got Amon-Ra St.
Hold on.
Brown. Whoa,
Zay Flowers,
absolutely not. No way. We're not
DeAndre
gonna do
Hopkins.
that. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams at five. We have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin at four. We have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith at three. We have Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua at two. We have Jamar Chase and T Higgins at one.